Hey, Shalom, Mashallah, I want to start off. So, by giving no praise to Yahweh, Shem Yahshua, but Shema Kodash, that belongs to the apostles of GMS, and all these brothers doing the work of the Most on truth and sincerity. So, quick one. Says a new One Planet, One Child ad in Vancouver exposes dangers of devaluing human life. This is from CBN News. I believe that's Christian Broadcast Network. Just want to show you the ad in question. Let's open it up this way. There, it just, so you see, the most loving gift you can give your first child is to not have another, right? And as you can see there, that is a Jake baby, and this one caused particular controversy, obviously because it is a Israelite baby, and of course that's something that we as Israelites, we look at that and be like, man, this man's the devil. Because at the end of the day, this is what he wants. He does. In fact, he doesn't even want this. He doesn't want Israel around at all. And the proof of that is, if we get Book of Jeremiah, the 31st chapter. Is it just Jeremiah? I think it's 31 or thereabouts. It says, that's going into the New Testament. So actually a little bit further down, right there, Jeremiah 31:35, from verse 35, thus saith Yahweh, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yahweh of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahweh, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me. Thus saith Yahweh, if heaven above can be measured, the foundation of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith Yahweh. So basically, what this is saying here. So from verse 36. The Lord has basically set up the heavens, so the celestial bodies, right, for signs and seasons. But basically, he's saying if they depart, then the Lord is going to not stop dealing with Israel. And in verse 37, it says, if the heavens above can be measured. So what do you think about? You think about Esau sending up his Hubble telescopes, or sending this satellite or that satellite. Literally, all they do is just go. They just keep moving. Right, what they're trying to do, they're trying to measure the heavens. It says, and the foundation of the earth be searched out. Because that's what he's trying to do once again. He's trying to go to the depths of the sea, measure what's there, this, that, and the other. Why? In the hope that the children of Israel be cast off. But the Lord ain't going to do away with Israel. Right, because the Lord the blessing was never Esau's in the first place. Yeah, he was the oldest son, but even before Jacob, the man Jacob and the man Esau were on the scene, the blessing was for Jacob. In fact, let me grab that in Book of Romans. So the Lord ain't gonna do away with the children of Israel, right? But that's what Esau wants. Jump way too down. This is Romans 9 and 10. Not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand, and not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. So before they'd even come out, not for any particular reason, this, that, and the other, just by chance of election, it was said that the elder shall serve the younger. Basically, Esau's going to serve his younger brother Jacob. Right, because he was the chosen, Jacob. He goes on to say in verse 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? God forbid. Basically, the Most High going to do what the Most High going to do. And we just got to accept. So we continue. It says in late September, a slew of ads appeared from the World Population Balance, a non-profit advocating smaller families with few to no children in hopes of quelling the much contested climate change crisis. One of the billboards depicted an African American baby above the text, "The most loving gift you can give your first child is to not have another," which is bullshit, man. A Akim with brothers, they know the joy that it is to have a sibling, man. To have a older brother, younger brother. If you're a younger brother, I'm a younger brother. You got someone, especially if we're blessed enough to have our fleshly brother in this thing of ours as well, right? That's a double blessing, and Lord's will, in those instances, both brothers can make it, or however many can make it, right? But it is a beautiful thing. You got someone there who's known you your whole life. You have an intimate relationship with them, right? They can guide you. They made the same mistakes. Or if you're the younger brother, you might be able to be, hey, this, that, and the other. Yeah, I observe this, I observe that. And then as the two of you, because that's ultimately what this thing of ours is. Even, remove the flesh, right? Even in the spirit, that is the way we're supposed to be, looking out for one another, right? Being charitable and loving and caring, helping to direct each other. Scriptures talk about reprove, rebuke, and exhort with all long suffering. So, and that's that's on one side, reprove and rebuke. Hey, you went off on that exhort. Hey, that was good, right? So imagine that in the flesh, on in the carnal thing as well, right? But what's Esau trying to do? Esau's trying to take that away. Because why? Because they're the devil. Says other such ads included headlines like "We chose child-free," "Traffic congestion starts at conception," and "Thank you for shrinking your carbon footprint." Right? But yeah, oh no, there was some brilliant information here. It says he also celebrated the fact that global fertility rate has been cut in half over the last 50 years, explaining he would like to see it fall even lower. In 1963, the global fertility rate was 5.04 children per woman, compared to around 2.43 today. And then listen to this: in the US alone, the fertility rate has declined more rapidly. It has fallen from 2.12 children per woman in only 2006, right, to just 1.72 today, right? So hey, he's pushing that agenda, man. It says China is a case study of what happens when fertility rates fall dangerously low. While China has loosely relaxed its one-child policy in recent years, there's no doubt that communist countries reaping the consequences of restrictive rule. Not only is China now concerned about the aging population, says due to its lower fertility rate, and that's the thing. You need, especially in these shit bodies, right? You need your youth going out there and working, right? I remember reading something about in Japan. They sell more adult diapers than baby diapers, man. That's off, right? That ain't right. That's off, man. Now, who's going to look after your elderly when they get old? If there are no children, right? But that's the stupidity of this, man. That's why this man is a fool, right? Scripture says the fool hath said in his heart there is no God, and for you to be trying to go against what the Most High said. In fact, what did the Most High say? The Most High said this. This is Genesis, because it's said in a lot of places. And that's the thing. And that's the point. It said in Genesis 1:22, Genesis 1:28, Genesis 8:17, Genesis 9:1, 9:7, right? The Most High is all about life, right? So I'll read the one in Genesis 1:28. It says, and the Most High blessed them, and not even the Most High, the powers blessed them, and the powers said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish and of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Right. Also, when they get Genesis 9:1, this is after the flood. So here it is: the Most High just killed everyone bar 8 souls. Right, and immediately after that says, and the Most High blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. Right, because the Most High is all about what do you call it? All about life, not like Esau. Esau's about death. And read about that in Habakkuk 2:4 and verse 5. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. So this is referring to Esau. He's not got a right soul. He ain't right, man. Right, he's off. Right, he says, but the just shall live by his faith. Now this is referring to the children of Israel. The elected children of Israel go and live by faith. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. So once again, wine represents philosophies. Right, he goes off in his philosophies. Says he is a proud man, and if that ain't Esau, the so-called white man, I don't know who it's talking about. He's the proudest. It says neither keepeth at home. Once again, he's got war in this country, war in that country. He's trying to have jurisdiction on lands several thousand miles away from where his home is. It says who enlargeth his desire as hell. He always wants. It says, and is as death. Because whenever he goes anywhere, what does he do? He introduces things that will kill the people, and he introduces philosophies that will kill the people. For instance, this whole feminist, that is something that is been destructive to the family. It's meant that people aren't having as many children, as we just read, right? What 2 point whatever children per on average per woman to just 1.72. In a matter of 14 years. That ain't right, man. But that's this man and his agendas, and cannot be satisfied. But gathereth unto him all. So you give him the world, he will still want more. It says, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. So these metropolises that he builds. All right, for instance, places like London, where you've got people literally from all over the world in one small patch of land, right? There was a point also I wanted to get. Oh yeah. But it's the beautiful thing, because Esau's gonna be done away forever, but the children of Israel, right, gonna be fruitful in the kingdom, man. All right, let's get this in Isaiah. All right, Isaiah 60:22. I'll start from 21. Thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever. So all righteous. Why will that be? Because the laws are going to be on our inward parts, which means we won't be able to go off. We're going to be automatic righteous, automatically just keeping the law, never breaking the law ever again. So, which means that we won't be cursed ever again. We won't ever be kicked out of our land ever again. Right, it says they shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000. So one Israelite man's gonna have a lot of offspring, such that it's he's gonna be 1,000. So and a small one, a strong nation, right? So just like how would you call it? Jacob had 12 sons, and those 12 sons had lots of other sons, and they became as a nation in themselves. That's what it's gonna be like in the kingdom. You're gonna have so many children, so many great grandchildren, so many great grandchildren, so many great grandchildren. You're gonna be as a nation, right? But that is something that has been promised to the children of Israel. So Esau and his agendas and his one planet, one child. Because that's another thing. We ain't going to just be on one planet. Where is that? It's John 14:2. It says, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you I go to prepare a place for you. Now it's referencing the different planets that we're going to be inhabiting, right, in the kingdom. So I'll get some precepts on that. It says Isaiah 40:22. It says, it is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof as grasshoppers, that stretched out the heavens as a curtain, that spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. Right, just basically breaking down the priest that we had in John 14:2, right? So yeah, as always, Lord's will, that was edifying. To the next time, Shalom.